Investors, what would you rather have this year? One single share of Google stock for $2,500 per share? Or would you rather put $100 into 25 different private tech company deals? Each deal with a shot to become the next Uber, Apple, Coinbase, Robinhood, or another billion-dollar tech giant for the same price as one share of Google. But if you're wondering how you can now get in on these private pre-IPO investing deals, just like the top 1%ers have done for decades, you should know a new government regulation has blown open the doors to this private market. The Wall Street Journal says a new government regulation blows open the doors. UC Berkeley says this private market is creating multi-millionaires and billionaires faster than any other place. Experts reveal upcoming tech IPOs will mint hundreds of overnight millionaires. For 76 years, private investing was off limits to the general public. It was reserved for the rich. But recently, the SEC slashed through the red tape, now allowing for anyone to buy pre-IPO shares in the next generation of tech giants. For a brief moment, you have a chance to invest right alongside their founders, early. Imagine being one of the first to invest in the next generation of billion-dollar tech disruptors before they could become household names. From synthetic gene sequencing to the metaverse to artificial intelligence and renewable energy to robotics, blockchain, and more. This is a new way to invest, like a top 1%er, without having to worry about a volatile stock market or manipulative mainstream news. A path for you to position yourself to make massive gains, investing in some of America's fastest private growing companies before they go public with $100 or less. And the timing couldn't be better because billionaires like Shark Tank star Mark Cuban are preparing for something big. While millions of Americans are distracted about rising living costs, the divide from political opinions, and more, the world's biggest investors are quietly doubling down on private investments. For example, let's take a quick look back in time. Back in the 90s, Mark Cuban's company, Broadcast.com, went public. Investors who bought the stock after it became public, well, they scored a 244% gain. But pre-IPO investors who bought into his company before it went public made a stunning 5,700,000% return on their investment. Look, I know it's hard to believe, but it's 100% true. If you can get in early on booming private tech companies before they go public, well, the profits could be enormous. And today I'm going to reveal how you can now join these legendary investors where the biggest profits are made. This couldn't be more time sensitive because I believe Mark Cuban and other top investors are preparing for a rare wealth event we have not seen since 22 years ago when the first dot-com boom hit. Tens of thousands of new millionaires were minted in the 1990s, and I believe it will happen again now. And at this very moment, Mark Cuban currently is invested in 357 different pre-IPO investments in his portfolio. Absolutely massive. And 22 years ago, when I was on Wall Street, this is exactly what the world's biggest investors were doing, buying up as much pre-IPO shares of qualified booming tech companies as they could. Because when the IPO boom hit, they made staggering gains. Returns of 11 times, 22 times, and 340 times their money. But today, for the first time, I'll reveal how you can buy into these pre-IPO deals starting with just $100 as this rare new IPO boom hits in the coming months. The opportunities have never been this big, and the profits, well, they're already pouring in for those who know how to get in. In my career, I called Apple as a buy in 2003. Bitcoin as a buy in 2016 at $428, and I've even had tiny investments go up as much as 151,000%. I even helped one of my readers turn $12,000 into a $1.2 million fortune. But today, this investment story is bigger than ever. I'll demonstrate how to buy pre-IPO shares of hot private tech companies revolutionizing and disrupting massive global sectors. You will also discover how to target the most promising startups in the world with what I call the Founder's Code, my secret to finding the hottest private deals on the market. Lastly, you'll discover a live pre-IPO deal, one you can take a stake in for just $100 today. That could be my next game-changing recommendation. Simply click the button near the video to watch the interview. I'll talk to you soon.